Hey guys, Silk here, and I'm a little bit grumpy, to be fair. Not grumpy that I ended up spending most of my evening last night waiting for an update to come through, then canned it when I couldn't stay awake any longer. Got up at 6:30 this morning, and it's taken me about 2 to 3 hours just to work out some of the changes that I need to do to field viable army. The new updates for going towards version 2 for this lovely game of ours that many of us have had a love-hate relationship with over the last couple of years. And right now, I must admit, not really feeling the love. Anyway, what is it that's doing my head in? Basically, putting an army together and taking a tile should be a simple thing. And yet it's taken hours just to try and make sure that I'm not really stuffing anything up. I'm not in the position where I have massive amounts of gear and really high respect commanders that I can afford to make too many mistakes. So I kind of started out with looking at how to build my second army, because I don't want to take my main army a build and stuff that up right from the get-go. So I thought I'll look at the number 2 army and work it out from there. And so I'm just going to sort of do this as the first of a bunch of little vlogs to maybe help some others out, but mainly just to record my own feelings around what's going on, what could be improved, how this is going to pan out for the full version 2 release, to hopefully a new market, bringing in a big influx of new players, which you're going to need, because by the looks of things, there's a lot of people actually just did enough's enough. And so let's go and have a look, see, and we'll see why. So going into here, we're going to go in and have a quick look at the army itself, and the one I'm trying to work on is this little one here with my kind of backups. Now I'm in a Tactics Evolved server and in Gundabad, and we have no option to change our settlement style in the same way that you did in the PBE and how it will be in new servers going forward. So I'm kind of stuck with the Gundabad setup and having to build camps for all around the place for the things I need, which I hadn't done beforehand, thinking that the new settlement style changes would be introduced. Yeah, bad call for me on that one. So now here we are building up the various buildings that I need. I mean, this would be very rare for me to have this many camps on the go, field barracks on the go in a Tactics Evolved server, coming from a non-roleplay background. The main thing about this seems to be that whilst it is non-roleplay, if you like, it's based on standard servers. There are significant advantages to not really going down that route. Anyway, let's go and have a quick look at the challenges I've been confronted with. And the first one was actually just pulling together a kind of cohesive army, and I ended up kind of opting for a hybrid of elves and good old Aragorn in there. Just playing around because I've got a couple of half elves in there that can run min and elf units, and that's done purely on the basis that I had some wardens and I had some sharpshooters available at the time, and I just need to get a few tiles taken. Now, building this army in itself was kind of an interesting challenge. I wanted something up front that actually had some decent defense to it and a decent number of hit points, so I've thrown a kind of there's only a respect level 6 skill Gallad in there. Excuse me. Because he kind of fits the bill probably better than many of the others. And what I've then attempted to do is pull together some equipment from him based on the stuff that I got back out. Now, just to get to having these 4 items that all match up has taken somewhere between sort of 45 minutes and an hour in looking through bits of gear to convert, making sure that's what I wanted to do. I initially wanted to go for an evasive action combination across these 4. Sadly, despite having about 30 or 40 items that might fit the bill for the accessory, there was no evasive action in there, and it transpired that actually when you update all your old equipment to new equipment, that does not necessarily come through. You're only going to get that from a random checkout. So sadly, that was not going to be where I wanted to go. But we have kind of got something that's got a half decent defense here of 42. It started out as a 39, I think. Got a little bit from the equipment, which I'll probably boost up at some point later once I've worked out army number 1. And that's really about as far as we've got. We've got 3 other guys in this formation, which I'm yet to equip. I really don't have the time to do that right now. I've got to go and get on with my day. But anyway, once I've done that, I'll kind of probably do another quick little update. But the only other thing I have to admit is kind of making me grumpy and making me laugh a little bit is, what have they done with Elrohir? I've picked this guy to go in because he's apparently going to be in some of the events and so on, that you can maybe get some easy wins and respect for him. So I've plonked for that, and it kind of fits in with my sort of elf-human hybrid formation that I'm building. But honestly, looking at this guy here in the middle, you know, this is the old Elrohir. He's looking pretty good. He does some pretty snazzy moves. I don't know if we can move him around a bit. He's going to do something flash there. But the avatar over here, oh my word. You remember when you were a kid, you know, and your little sister got hold of your action man and, you know, started face painting him and putting lipstick and blusher on. Well, guess what, guys? That little sister grew up and she's now working with the dev team because Elrohir here is looking particularly beautiful, shall we say, in the strangest of ways. I don't know what's going on there. These avatars are something else. Some of the changes that have been made here, it's kind of like, you know, this is phase 1 for preparing when we lose the license or something. We need to kind of make them not look like how they did anywhere else before. And oh dear, Gil-galad and Elrond here looking very stern. You know, they're almost actually looking like those. Gil-galad looks a bit like Action Man without the beard, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, I'll probably leave it there for now and just update a little bit later on during the day. For now, that's me. Kind of throwing it together as best as I can. I'm not sure there'll be many tips in here just yet, but as I go through and build up the next kind of component of this army, I'll be sure to come on and record that for you. Thanks very much for watching for now.